Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. We deeply apologize for the lack of content that we have been pushing out. We kind of got into a little bit of a slump. Just been really busy, but we are back today, and we are talking about Marvel versus DC comic video games. Essentially, which ones we think are better over the other. So that's our main topic for today. My name is Eulenberger, and we are joined today by Jared Stromboli. We have we have Dev Dog with us. We have Seth, and we have the man himself, Crazed EB, with us as well. He's very in tune with all of this. He pretty much reads comic books out of the rest of us, him and Jared overall. But yeah, how's everyone doing today?
I just did laundry, so I feel great.
That's amazing. Fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's get into it. So pretty much like I said, we're just gonna be talking about the DC versus Marvel, which has the best games. It's a little nerd fight. So which ones did you guys want to start off with? Kind of you know what, since we're already talking about it, let's start with the category of the best crossover fighters. So we have Marvel versus Capcom, and we have Mortal Kombat versus the DC universe.
Marvel versus Capcom.
My personal, in my personal opinion, I don't think that's a fair comparison. Just because the fact that Marvel versus Capcom has had 4 iterations of the game series, whereas DC Universe versus Mortal Kombat plays a one-off thing. I would be more inclined to say a better thing to state fighting games in general, because DC does have their hands on Injustice and Injustice 2.
Okay, that's true. That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? And in terms of Marvel, the only thing I can think of is Marvel vs. Capcom. I'm pretty sure before the crossover game, though, they had a game where it was like Marvel Heroes versus Street Fighter.
They had one. I think it was like called Inhuman. No. Well, it wasn't. I guess it was kind of a crossover for Marvel.
I remember. It wasn't really say like a fighting game, but like Marvel Nemesis Rise.
Perfect. That was it.
That was a dungeon crawler. That wasn't a fighting game.
That wasn't a dungeon.
That was definitely a fighting game.
That's a fighting game.
Oh my god. That was definitely a fighting game.
The Dungeon Crawlers Ultimate Alliance series. Those are dungeon crawlers.
Yes.
However, I digress. In my opinion, because I play the shit out of most of these games.
Marvel Nemesis: Rise of the Imperfects. That's a game I was thinking of.
That's what he literally just said.
Oh.
Getting real snappy today, Jared.
I'm sorry, bro.
You on the fence. Anyway, Marvel vs. Capcom is a beloved series. Like, everybody remembers Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Like, that was just like the game to have if you had either Dreamcast question mark or a PlayStation 2, I believe. Like, you think of PlayStation 2, or like even just going to the arcade. 1 kind of set the tone for the series, and 3 was and then Infinite is. However, with Injustice, the first Injustice was like pretty good, but it kind of felt like Mortal Kombat with different and more difficult controls. So it needed a little bit more time to develop into its own thing, which Injustice 2 definitely delivers on. And by the way, with NetherRealm Studios recently making their games, they really focus on a narrative with their fighting games, which most fighting games up until that point did not do. It was kind of just like, oh, you fight the characters, you get your 8 typical wins, get a little slideshow at the end, and there you go. But Injustice 2 was like, and Injustice 1, very in-depth story. And they also kind of, to my knowledge, are in tandem with the Injustice comics from what I've researched very little of. But still, so in my opinion, I would say DC has this one just because I love the Injustice games. I mean, even though I do like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, that's like the only one I like, and there's like 4 games. Marvel Nemesis was kind of like cool for its time. Like if you go back and play it right now, it's like in terms of a one-on-one fighting game, it's not really that good. Just because it's just like, okay, you hit 3 hits and you go around, throw shit, and it was very minimal. But that's because it was just what they had at the time. But DC's
Right.
got the upper hand with just Injustice and Injustice 2 alone, in my opinion. And also they well, I don't think they have anything else, to my knowledge.
For like crossover fighting games.
Well, I mean, fighting games in general. Because, like I said, crossover fighting games is like most definitely Marvel would win because
Right.
Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe was trash. But
Right.
Injustice,
But in
though,
fighting games in general, yeah, DC takes a cake.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say that I've really. I mean, yeah, I can't really say I've played any DC, fighting games overall. It's just, I mean, I think I played Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe for like a hot second, and that was about it. But yeah, yeah. Overall, I'm more on the lines of Marvel versus Capcom, especially the second one. It was just really fun game, and I normally don't like playing side-scrolling fighting games. Like there's very few and far in between that I like playing. I mean, besides like the old like Naruto and Dragon Ball Z games, Marvel versus Capcom was definitely up there, and obviously Smash with the platforming. But yeah, anyone else have like a take on that whatsoever? Devin, Jared, Ethan.
The fighting games.
I ain't played those games, so
I didn't really play.
I never played Marvel fighting games. DC fighting games were like, eh.
I got you.
When I first started to play Injustice, I was thinking it was like, what was it? What Ethan was that? That was when we were experimenting with GameFly, right?
Gamefly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, when Injustice like first came out, I didn't like it, and then I got it again later, and then I liked it then because I actually like kind of knew how to play fighting games, whereas the first beforehand I had no idea what the hell I was doing. But and then Injustice 2 was just like phenomenal in terms of a fighting game. I think they did very well. Marvel versus now see the big thing, like Marvel versus Capcom, it's very cartoony.
Yeah, that's what I like though, but that's just me.
Like it's like a matter of opinion, like whether you like more realistic combat in a fighting game or more cartoony. Like
that is true.
Or like Killer Instinct is also cartoony, so it's like
right.
It's
that's true. I don't know. I'm just more of when I think comics overall. I mean, obviously besides like the MCU, I just feel like it. I feel like Marvel has always been, comes more of like the fun cartoony side, and DC, when it comes to either games or even like their films or TV shows, it's always has more of a darker tone, which is fine because I mean, I know Jerry was talking about this the other day, like he was saying with DC comics, they have more of like a darker, more realistic, darker stories overall for a little bit more of an older audience. But I guess it just yeah.
I would say they're equally the same.
Really?
Yeah. They could get dark either way.
Right. Yeah, I'm not saying they can't get dark on Marvel's side.
They could get dark either way, yeah. But like who most of the time is working with like dark shit? It's DC. Marvel has the capacity, but like what's usually in the spotlight isn't necessarily like as dark as DC's when you compare it like side by side. Sure, you have like Spider-Man. Okay, you have Spider-Man during like the Civil War series in order to end it. He sells his soul to Mephisto, right? But then you have DC Comics where literally there's like it's like you have like so much.
I mean, it's not just Spider-Man. It's just like everybody is dark too.
It's not as dark though, dude. Like,
I don't know. I think they're dark.
Nah. But
all right, gentlemen, settle down.
That's a matter of opinion though. But all right, so now we got our
let's talk about
no.
What?
Movie tie-ins featuring Ryan Reynolds.
No, we're not doing that.
Why are we not doing that?
because we know it's gonna win. No, it's funny.
Okay, I want to bring up we were talking about before Dungeon Crawlers.
Yeah. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. And
Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, like those shits. And also too, they actually had other dungeon crawlers beforehand that involved like X-Men. There was like 1 or 2 games.
I remember those.
One of them was like had Apocalypse on the cover, but I don't remember what the game was called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They kind of set the tone for it, and then Ultimate Alliance came after it. Now, my memories of Ultimate Alliance were very fond as a kid, but like I don't know if it would hold up to today because I recently was watching videos on it, and it's like, yeah, this looks pretty fun, you know, playing with your buds. But after a while, it'll probably get boring.
Yeah, looking at it like back then, no, it was actually really good. It still is really good for the time that it came out because Ultimate Alliance, it had it had the story of Ultimate Alliance 2 had to deal with the Civil War story arc, and then Ultimate Alliance 1, I don't really what was it like the Skrull or the Kree invasion or something? It was
Doctor Doom.
Yeah, it was like it was complicated, but it was a really good. All I remember is that CGI in the cutscenes was lit back then.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Shit was amazing back then.
Like, that was like on PlayStation 2. I mean, they ported it, of course, to the Xbox 360, PS3 generation. But like when I played it on PS2, I was just like, "Whoa, this is fucking sick." Now, in terms of DC, I don't have information on
this thing, it says they had this thing of Justice League Heroes, just for PS2 and Xbox. I'd never seen this before.
Justice League Heroes.
Yeah. Though that was. I kind of remember that game, but like, yeah, I remember playing Spider. Sorry.
Oh, I remember Justice League Hero. That shit was lit.
Yeah, I remember playing the crap out of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 on my PS2. Wait, no, I think the first one came on PS2.
First one was PS2, and
the second one was 360 and PS3. Yeah, I remember playing that crap like insanely, just all the time. But I do remember the Justice League Heroes. I thought that was pretty cool too. But I don't know. I've always been a little biased when it comes to Marvel. It's just me.
And then we have our. So we have open world games. Now we were gonna divide this into two different like generations. We were gonna like do. We were gonna do PS2 generation, like PS2 and original Xbox generation, and then 360 and PS3 generation. So for the PS2 and Xbox original generation, what do we have? We have Superman Returns.
Stop it. Stop it.
And Ultimate Spider-Man. Now, Ultimate Spider-Man wins.
That game was amazing.
Just because of everything, because the final boss was an actual boss, where Superman Returns, the final boss was a fucking tornado.
Jeez.
I don't understand. But yeah. And then the second generation, we have Spider-Man Web of Shadows in Arkham City. This one is like
that's a tough one because I enjoyed both very, very much. But if I'm being honest,
what?
I gotta go with Spider-Man. But I loved that Batman game.
See, the thing is like Arkham City was what, 2010, 2011. So Web of Shadows was what, 2007, 2008. There's a big gap of like of technological difference between the two. But like it's open world, but it's two different types of open world.
Right.
Like Batman was a linear open world. But Web of Shadows, they had like a choice mechanic system thing that like your actions actually influenced the world. So it was like
what you slurping on?
Yeah, what are you slurping on?
It's different. Is it nothing? I'm just it's
fucking sus, bro.
I think this is tough for me.
I mean, if the Spider-Man game was so good, where's the sequel?
Boy,
well, the company went out of business because it was.
I wonder why.
It's not because of Spider-Man; it's because of the other games, other shit games they were making. so they couldn't make a second one. Let's see.
I mean,
Well, actually, Spider-Man Web of Shadows is extremely expensive because they don't make it or sell it anywhere anymore. So if you look that shit up on Amazon, it's like, what is it? It's like $90 or something, or like
that was
crazy amounts of money.
I mean, don't forget, we still have this new Spider-Man game coming out.
Yeah,
but,
then we have Spider-Man PS4. So then
you'll have to let us know how that is, Jared, since none of us.
Ethan will let you know
or
too.
Ethan,
right?
yeah, or Ethan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, bro. Quit taking shots.
Shut up.
Now, okay, so Arkham City, I don't know, man. It's like
it's tough.
It's literally the face of Marvel versus the face of DC. I do? What do you do? What do you do?
Honestly, those are the two.
Like those are both the main characters of each respective universe, technically. Like I don't.
Wait, who do we think the face of Marvel is?
What
Spider-Man?
No, it's X-Men Origins Deadpool.
Listen.
Oh
no.
my god.
Stop it.
We don't talk about that movie.
That's the face of Marvel.
Oh my god.
Oh, my back.
It's tough, I
don't know, dude.
I mean, I'm probably being a little biased just because Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, but Batman's my favorite DC superhero. But it's
it's the choices are Web of Shadows and Arkham City, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think personally Spider-Man Web of Shadows only because actually no, that's actually pretty hard.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
Web of Shadows was great. It was a great Spider-Man game, but Arkham City was just fucking phenomenal.
It's considered one of the best games ever.
It literally changed the way that superhero games were actually created after that.
Yeah.
Because even if you look at the new Spider-Man game for the PS4, like watching that gameplay during E3, I saw it just reminded me of the Arkham games, just the fighting style and everything. It was just fantastic. Loved it. Absolutely.
I think in this one I had to go to Batman.
Ooh, ding ding ding. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. I'm saying these are tied. I can't choose.
That's totally fine.
This is look, man. I gotta figure out how to play Web of Shadows again. I have it for the 360, but the problem is
my god.
Look, dude, look, you can't buy it on any store unless you feel like spending $100.
No, you know what?
For
Superman
copy,
64 tops them all.
No, shut up.
Superman 64.
Ethan, do you have an input for this one?
Batman Arkham shit is alright, but Web of Shadows is gonna. Are we talking about game fighting mechanics or
no? Just the game,
just overall,
in general.
Yeah.
Which one is better, Arkham City or Web of Shadows?
Web of Shadows.
My man.
Why though?
See, the thing about these is they also both have the original stories. That's what was like.
Web of Shadows, you had different you could be good or bad, and you could be a mixture of both.
That is true.
Batman's just a linear plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know that. I mean, obviously, I would choose Web of Shadows over that. It's just crazy. I don't know the whole.
That's the toughest one on the.
No, it really is. Let us know in the comments below. Web of Shadows or the Arkham series game? Which one caught your eye, or which one you think is superior over the other? Yeah. Because that's very. So you know what? I feel like we've pretty much covered.
No. Hold up.
What?
All right. So let's see. Most accurate game to the comics. So the one on this is Aquaman. We always played that. So if anybody else wants another DC, has another DC game that they can.
The Aquaman video game for GameCube.
Yeah.
What?
No. Ew.
No.
Keep that away from
me.
But
Hulk Ultimate Destruction was perfect.
Oh, I remember that game. Oh my gosh, it's been so long.
That was my favorite game on the GameCube. when I had it.
On that GameCube.
Yeah, but before that
On
shit
the
got water
cube of
damage, and
games?
before my basement flooded and that shit had water damage.
Oh my god.
I remember that shit.
You are the worst, Jared.
And my GameCube was broken, bro.
Jared, you're literally the worst. I hate you so much.
It's still sitting down there. I'm just hoping.
Oh, I'm just hoping.
We'll see.
Whatever.
All right, so best Ryan Reynolds infused
Oh my gosh.
game.
We're not doing this.
It's yes, we are.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Is
There's
it?
not. There's no conversation for that. Like,
Well, yeah,
we
we
all
are-
know
we
the
are-
answer.
Yeah, we all know it's X-Men Origins Wolverine. It's not Green Lantern video game.
No.
That was trash.
Trash.
In terms of video games, like X-Men Origins Wolverine was actually like a good ass Wolverine game. The only problem was like,
Ugh. Was it though?
yes, it's a great Wolverine game.
Uh-huh. You sure?
Yeah, shut up.
Are you HIV
Alright,
positive?
Here. All right, here now best. No, it says FPS, but here I'm gonna say best like third-person shooter. All right, from
Dude,
each.
what?
Wait, what?
No.
They have third-person shooters?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
Best third-person shooter. Okay, so
That's-
Marvel's has
What?
the Punisher, which I'm saying is the winner.
Oh.
But like, who's
Those
played
are
those?
first person.
Are you
No,
talking about
that's
a
third
game?
person.
Gotham
Third
City
person.
Imposter. Okay.
Are you talking about a game?
That's
Yeah.
what's on the list, but I'm talking about the Punisher game, not the one that's listed
Who
on
the
this
fuck
list, but
played
yeah.
the Punisher
I never
game?
even played that
Bro,
game.
I did. That shit is an 8.5 out of 10. That shit is lit.
You the only person in the world.
I think you're the only
Oh.
person in the world that actually cares about
Bro.
that, Jared.
I love that game.
Wasn't that the game with like the really gruesome kills and stuff?
I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Like you can like put them in like grinders or throw them in like.
yeah,
the
it was crazy,
chat.
bro. Yeah.
It was like lightweight kind of manhunt-y.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great game. I'm gonna look at
Whatever. Okay, so you know what? Let's get into the
Third
nitty
person.
gritty and talk about what we really came here to talk
What?
about. I know this is a gaming channel, but we got to talk about these films and these TV shows, my guy.
No.
Since we're already talking about it, there honestly isn't much to go off of after the list, you know, for Marvel versus DC video games, because we pretty much went through it all.
Yeah.
There's also not much to talk about for movies because I mean, if you think DC has better movies at this point, you're either blind or
The
mentally
Shazam!
Yeah.
Okay.
So all right. Yes, Marvel is better off. However, Marvel's further along in their movie career. So DC is
That's DC's fault. They rushed it.
Got him.
That's DC's. Okay, listen.
They rushed it.
And let the conversation commence.
DC did not rush.
They 100% rushed it.
They
have
rushed
Justice League,
it.
like, as their third fucking movie.
It's not so much they're rushing, it's the directors that are bad. And
Yeah.
not being able to do shit because Warner Brothers is not letting them do what they want to do.
That is true. Marvel does have more creative freedom, and you know they have the budget backed up through Disney.
This
so
is actually true. This is okay. So like a fun fact. When they're making their comic books for Marvel,
Mhm.
and they have to stick to whatever the screenwriter says. So Marvel, they instruct the illustrator, to basically like it's up to them to determine what camera angle and what position and everything is on the actual comic page. And then DC Comics, since they usually write so much, they tell the illustrator exactly what camera angle everything has to be at and the positions within the comic book panel. So it's just always been like that. Like so DC artists have always had a little bit of like less freedom than Marvel ones. But the quality of the stories is a different thing. But in terms of like how it's presented, it's always been very rigid. So
I mean, I guess I don't know. I
guess that's been transferring to the films as well.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Devin though, because it's just I felt like it was rushed overall. I mean, like obviously with the 3 Batman, you know, the trilogy, that was a really good idea.
I don't think so, but that's for another discussion.
I mean, we might as well talk about it now since we're on the whole.
Oh my god.
I mean, honestly, like this.
All right. So listen, right. All right, Batman Arc. So the what was it? It's not the Batman Dark Knight trilogy, right? I don't like that trilogy. I don't like it. I don't like it as a Batman trilogy. I like it as a movie trilogy. Yeah, they're really good movies. However, good Batman movies, no, it's
So
not.
you don't think Dark Knight's like one of the best superhero movies ever made?
It's not
Hell
one of the
no.
it's not one of the
What?
best no, absolutely not.
What?
They don't have powers. You can't have Batman and not have powers in this shit. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, Batman's villains can't not have powers. That doesn't. It just
no.
doesn't add up. Especially when they were
Wait,
doing
what?
Bane. That
Hold
like
on,
was
what?
Yeah, Bane was my hope. That was
I'm
my
not
last
talking
hope
about
in
Bane. I'm
this
talking
shit.
about Dark Knight with Joker
Yes.
and Two
Fuck
Face.
no.
That's
Fuck
what we're talking
no.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
that movie.
Yeah.
What-
Bane.
You
Why
guys
was
are
that-
just
I
so
don't
wrong.
understand.
Why
Why was
is it
that
so
bad?
wrong? It hurts.
It's a
Hold on.
good movie. It's
Yeah.
a good movie, but in terms of a superhero fucking movie with powers included,
it's
I'm
not-
not. It's
yeah.
not that
Batman
good.
doesn't have
But yeah,
powers.
Batman doesn't have
Joker
powers.
doesn't have
Exactly.
powers.
Hold on. One at
We're
a time. One at a
talking
time. All
We're
right.
talking about
villain.
the villain.
The
We're
villain.
talking about the villains. bro.
Joker doesn't. use
Joker,
powers
he doesn't
very
have any
often at
powers
all.
either.
Joker
Well,
technically does have powers.
He doesn't
Joker
use them.
does.
Joker does have. Yeah.
Technically, he really does have powers.
But he's
I mean, from
known
a
for using them.
standpoint, for somebody
Technically,
that's
no one gives a
more
shit. but-
Batman,
And
but
they
for
didn't-
somebody who's just going to watch the movie,
well,
they
yeah,
see
no,
the Joker
no.
and Harvey Two Face,
Well,
they're like,
listen,
okay,
listen,
it's whatever.
Listen, no, we said they're good movies. We're just saying they're not.
You said they were bad. No, you guys. said they
Yeah,
were so
exactly.
bad.
There's
We-
no backpedaling here.
If you
Uh-uh.
want, if you want to rewind the podcast, I said they were good movies, right? But they're bad superhero movies.
How
Right,
is
that's
Dark
what I'm
Knight a
saying.
bad
Doesn't
superhero
make any
movie?
sense.
That doesn't make any
Just
sense to me at all.
because there's no superpowers, like what?
Well,
It's-
Batman and Joker
It
don't use
doesn't
superpowers.
stay true to Batman's like character at all.
Okay,
I don't
so
know.
what is
I
your?
got this one.
Okay, so let me just
What
ask
is
this.
what is my gripe with the movies? Well, first of all, they didn't present Batman as being like as smart as he was supposed to be. He was relying on Lucius way too
That's
much.
how it was in Batman vs Superman. Like they made him dumb as fuck.
What? No, they didn't.
We're not even talking about that. We're not-
No, yeah, we're talking about the Dark Knight trilogy. All right, so like he was not presented as being like the master detective. He was relying on shit way too much from other people. Not like he's supposed to be able to design all this shit himself. He doesn't have to go to Lucius to get it. He's supposed to go to Lucius to have it made, not have it designed.
The problem is you're basing it on the comics when it's a movie. They're different mediums.
All right, okay, listen. All right, so for Harry Potter, right? Oh yeah, look, we're gonna make a Harry Potter movie.
Hold
right?
on,
So
hold
then
on.
Then they make a Harry Potter movie that doesn't relate to.
So
the,
I
to
can't
the
bring up a
books.
different
Would
thing,
that
but
be
you can
good?
bring up
Would
Harry
that
Potter.
be?
What
Would
is
that be?
this?
Would that be good or
It's
bad?
an adaptation, though.
Because exactly, it's an adaptation. However, let's say they intrinsically change the nature of one of the characters. Is that acceptable?
I mean,
No.
they kind of already did in some instances. I mean, during
But
some parts of some movies.
intrinsically change the nature of the main character. Is that acceptable? No, it's not.
I didn't
If
say
you,
anything.
yeah, but if you try to argue with that with me, that I don't know what your argument's going to be, but you can't intrinsically change the nature of the main character in an ongoing series. It just doesn't work.
I mean, they did it with the spin-off book for Harry Potter, just to let you guys know, and yeah, that was not well liked.
Okay, it wasn't well liked.
Okay, but like, you can't sit here and tell me that The Dark Knight was not a good superhero movie. I'm sorry. And I'm more of a Marvel fan than DC fan overall. But that movie was just fantastic.
I mean, like we said, we want to see the villains be true to the villains.
The
in
Joker is the
comics.
best adapted villain of all time.
Okay, and Devin,
Exactly.
Like I said,
You had
like I
Heath
said,
freaking
Bane-
Ledger.
Bro.
Like I said, Bane
That's
was
another
my last
movie.
hope.
That's a
Like
different
I said-
movie. We're talking about
How's
the Dark
that-
Knight.
That is part of the dark. That's
That's Dark
Oh
Knight
yeah,
Rises.
but we're
That's-
talking
that's
about the Dark Knight movie itself. I'm not talking about
no,
Dark
we're not.
Knight
I
Rises.
said, look, when I said Dark Knight trilogy starting this off, correct? Didn't I say that?
You did say that.
I
Okay,
did
yeah,
say
you
that.
did.
Yeah, I did say that. All right, so we're talking about all of the villains. We're talking about all of the fucking movies, okay? Not just one.
And we're mentioning the Dark Knight as the greatest superhero movie of all time. Just that one. We didn't say the Dark Knight Rises was.
Okay, but I'm the one who initiated this conversation by
Well,
saying the Dark Knight trilogy.
Okay, so
correct?
what's
Yeah,
your
you did.
favorite
Okay.
super? Okay, so what movie overall superhero like your? What movie do you think is the best superhero movie of all time?
Best superhero movie of all time. I've
Or
already-
to date?
remember-
Let's just say to
Well,
date to make
okay,
it more
look,
realistic.
Look, do you remember how we like went over this in a previous like podcast thing? Like we were saying that what our top 5 like superhero movies are.
Was that a podcast?
Everybody-
It wasn't a podcast.
That was a podcast.
We
Everybody
never
had-
did
We
that.
never did that podcast.
What do you mean we never? Yes, we did.
It was
do
just a
that.
conversation that we had.
What I thought we did that podcast. But anyways, and we had when we had.
Oh
that
no.
conversation-
It was during the Avengers. I think it was the Avengers podcast we were supposed to put that I was supposed to upload, but the audio got all messed up, so I just never did it. I think that was
Wow.
during that.
Wow.
It was
All right.
everyone sounded like Optimus Prime, dude. I messed up.
All right. But no, I said like now the greatest superhero movie of all time is a matter of opinion. However, like which yes, we
To
agree.
date,
yes,
not
like-
of all time. Let's just say
like,
to
listen,
date.
To date is the same as saying all time, but okay.
No, it's not.
To date up to now. All
Okay,
time,
okay.
up
Go
to
ahead, go
now.
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I don't. All right, so mine was The Punisher from 2004, which I know a lot of people like will disagree with me, but it's like you're entitled to have your opinion. Like
Get
like,
him out
like,
of here.
yeah, like listen, listen, listen. Right, there is no problem with you thinking that the Dark Knight trilogy is our great superhero.
No.
movies. Like,
I
like,
said
you're
Dark
entitled-
Knight, the movie.
I know. Well, even then, you're entitled to believe that's like the best superhero movie. I mean, like this is all like saying something is the best is a matter of opinion, you know. But like, I'm just saying like why I don't personally believe that those are the like best movies. You can like you cannot like my opinion, but you can't like disagree with.
I
it
mean,
because
yeah,
it's-
but like, yeah, we could talk about opinions all day, but like, obviously, we're trying to create
I
a
mean,
conversation instead of just saying, "Well, that's just your opinion."
We are creating a conversation, right? But we ain't getting anywhere, bro. Because honestly, we're getting a little bit too heated, to be honest.
I mean, it's all right.
and
it's a podcast.
Ain't no
we're
one
just-
heated except you, Jared.
listen, I am heated.
Okay, so the Punisher was your favorite. Okay, no, I want to hear from Ethan really quick.
Not Punisher Warzone. It's Punisher 2004.
Same thing. No, I was joking.
Oh, listen, those are totally different.
Both crap
Punisher
movies.
Punisher Warzone is shit.
They're
Oh
both
my
shit.
God. No, they're not. Did you even watch the first one with Thomas
Yes,
Jane?
I did.
Oh, you did? All right, how's it start then?
I can't remember. It's been.
He punishes people.
Okay, dude, I watched that movie like ages ago. You really expect
It
me to
doesn't
remember
matter,
the plot?
The beginning, the first like 10 minutes is the easiest thing to remember. Of,
Okay,
like,
anyway, on to
all right,
Ethan.
but- okay.
I want to
What's
hear
my-
Ethan's opinion.
My
Or
favorite
his.
movie?
Favorite
Yeah,
superhero
okay,
movie
like-
of all time, the best one of all time.
I mean,
Or
it's gonna
two-
be Infinity War, but I don't want to pick Infinity War because it's so still recent.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't say Infinity War either, because obviously that is very high up on my list.
Honestly, fuck all the other Avengers movies.
What? Okay, hold on.
They're so
The
campy.
first one I agree with because it got really slow.
Fuck that one.
I belong to like the 2% of the people who actually liked Age of Ultron, but
I
like,
liked it, but it could have been better. Ultron could have been more menacing than he was portrayed.
yeah. All right, so okay, aside from the Avengers movies,
Uh-huh.
what would be yours? Oh, Civil War, best.
Listen,
Facts.
bro, wasn't you asking Ethan?
I was. Go
All
ahead,
right.
Ethan. I'm getting
I
so
would-
heated. This is good. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Out of an Avenger movie, I would say Civil War is the best. Okay,
This is best superhero
Or-
movie all.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
ever.
Your favorite or
Like-
yeah.
like
Your-
okay, Infinity War #1, but excluding Infinity War, Civil War, and then after non-Avengers movies, I would probably say
It could be anything. It doesn't have to be Marvel.
I really fucked with fucking Amazing Spider-Man 1. I'm gonna fuck with anyone else.
I don't like. I
Oh
don't like.
my god.
I don't like your. I don't like your opinion, and therefore I don't like you. All right, let's.
Oh my god.
How Booth did
Okay,
Electro.
look. I didn't.
Let
I
him
didn't
finish.
like Andrew. I didn't like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
I don't
He
like
was
him
a little
either.
bit- He was.
Tom
He's
Holland's the
too cute.
best.
Well, not as Spider-Man. It was more so as Peter Parker. He tried to play a cool.
He played a good Spider-Man.
Try to be a cool Peter Parker. I'm like, bro, Peter Parker's supposed to be getting shoved into lockers and beat up, bro. What-
You would know.
Yeah.
Oh my
I will.
God.
I mean, I to be honest, I can't imagine Tom Holland's character doing that because like the kid doesn't look like the typical average nerd.
I mean, but like you have to keep in mind like for Tom Holland, his portrayal of Spider-Man is like a more
I'm talking about
recent.
Peter Parker. I'm talking about Peter Parker, not Spider-Man.
I mean, like,
Well,
but like
he's smaller, so I mean, it's more believable than Andrew Garfield.
I mean,
Andrew
Stan
Garfield,
Lee
like,
literally said that
Yeah.
like Tom Holland, like same height, literally portraying Spider-Man in today's time. That's what Spider-Man would like. He just portrays him the best. I mean, like he doesn't necessarily have to look like a nerd, like because nowadays, like there's this one dude at my work. He's a cool looking dude. You would never guess that he's like into like comics and all these movies and nerds.
We're talking about nerds that get beat up, Christian.
Like the Spider-Man from shut up, whatever. He doesn't like wear glasses and has like a pocket protector. Like, it's Peter Parker.
No, it's not about wearing. No, it's not about wearing glasses. It's about like so Andrew Garfield, like it was the like energy and vibe that he had playing as Peter Parker was like it was like cool, like he was trying to be cool, but that's not like he's supposed to be like awkward,
right?
And Tom Holland is good at that.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Absolutely, for sure.
Like,
I mean, he's a kid who's literally still trying to figure out how to use his powers, trying to figure out how to maneuver through his new suit that he got in Civil War, essentially Homecoming, and now
Tobey Maguire is a 30-year-old creepy fuck.
yeah.
Tobey Maguire did play a good Peter Parker, though. I will say that.
Except he was like way too old and did creepy things.
Yeah, like I don't know what Sony was thinking, casting like a 30, 35-year-old.
Because he was in college, bro.
What? So dumb.
Makes it a little bit more acceptable. Still not acceptable, but
not at all. But yeah, I don't know. I'm Whew. All right, so
here. Which Hulk movie is the best?
None.
They're not great, so
if Mark Ruffalo isn't in it, it's just really there's
I
nothing.
think the Incredible Hulk's the best one.
Whichever one had the giant dogs, that was pretty cool.
That was the first one, yeah.
That
was good.
I didn't.
Now it was my favorite one, the first one. However, in the Incredible Hulk, I liked how they showed off more of his powers, like that clap thing that he does. Yeah.
I like the Hulk more than that. I didn't like Edward Norton's Bruce Banner.
If I'm being honest, it'd probably be the Edward Norton one. If I'm choosing between both of them, but it's been a while since I've seen that movie. I think the last time I actually saw it is when it was out in theaters, so it's been a while. I haven't gone back.
How about Iron Man? That classic Iron Man 3 twist.
Okay, bro, that one Iron Man 1 or 3, bro. Those are two opposite coins of a very good film.
I'm the only one who liked Iron Man 3.
What?
It's been a while since I've seen Iron Man 3.
It felt like, look, it was good, but it felt like a joke. Like I was even looking up like the villain that they had was such a minor character in the comics. In the comics, he was in like one issue, bro. And I was like, what are they? I was like, how do you like? I was actually extremely impressed that they managed to make a 2.5-hour movie off of a villain that was in like.
Well, it kind of made sense because, like, I mean, it's like, the whole movie is like what Tony Stark pretty much. He doesn't have a suit. He's not using his suits like at all, from what I remember. At least it's been a while since I've seen.
No, he
has PTSD the entire movie.
Right, which makes sense because it's like, I mean. Look at Spider-Man in Homecoming. Like he didn't take down whatever. I lost my.
I don't know, dude. No, it was. I don't know. It felt like a joke because then they all had that like weird like early 70s like secret agent feel to it. At the credits roll, and I was like, all right, this is a joke. It felt like a joke.
I mean, I can understand because it's like, hey, like let's make an Iron Man movie when he's pretty much like broken essentially. So I mean,
having that kid in it threw me off. I was just like, I don't like that.
Like I said, it's been a while since I've actually seen it, so I can't comment on it too much myself. But I don't know.
Iron Man 1 was great.
Oh yeah, definitely the best out of all the Iron Man movies.
You know, okay, now out of the Avengers movies, you know what I like actually had kind of like gripes with that they never really addressed,
What?
or like they didn't make it obvious
A
that
lot of
like
a lot of the hero
what,
supervillains didn't have any powers.
no, what no shut up no that like what was it is that like Iron Man actually kills people. They
Bro, this is published by Disney.
I know, but like they don't. It's just weird. Like Iron Man legitimately kills people.
In the comics, different
Yeah.
universe.
True.
Well, he killed people in the first Iron Man. Like that was clear as day. He was killing them, right? He's fucking shoot them bitches with bullets. And then it's like Captain America kills people, but they don't really like address it, you know? Because then like
Captain America is just like
well because
a
because
Boy
then
Scout.
like well yeah, but then like other characters actually like come into conflicts with Captain America and Iron Man because they kill people, and it's like they haven't played that angle yet. And
I mean, technically,
Captain America has shot people when he
Yeah.
like on the first Avengers, not even in his own movie, like on the helicarrier shot people. He took the gun and literally shot them.
yeah, because I was gonna say like
But-
even in like in the Battle of New York or even with Ultron, like they technically did kill people. Even in Civil War, like they technically did kill people. It
I
just-
mean-
Why does that matter?
yeah, I don't know why that matters.
No, like it matters because okay, for instance, the one character that always has had a problem with killing people in the Marvel universe is Spider-Man, and so I'm surprised that he hasn't like. Well, no. They did address it in Homecoming when he hacks the suit and he's like, "Oh no, Karen, no, insta kill, what?
Yeah.
No, like
Deactivate interrogation mode.
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
So,
Man.
yes, Jared.
I don't know. I'm just like saying shit. I don't. Well,
I'm just trying to figure out how you guys don't like Dark Knight. It's
bro.
We like it as a movie, as a movie to just go watch and shit. We like it,
Yeah.
but as a superhero movie with the word super in it, there's no super anything about it.
Specifically, Batman.
There's nothing
Batman
super
does not
about
have
it.
powers, bro. We all
I
know
don't-
this.
I think
We're
no
not
one's
talking
saying
about.
that.
We're not worse. I'm talking about specifically as a Batman movie, right?
Who's supposed to have
The
powers
villain-
in Dark Knight?
The
Who would
villain,
have
the
powers?
villains. Listen, the villains are supposed to have powers. Batman never has powers.
Joker?
Of course.
Joker doesn't use powers often.
Joker
Harvey
does have
Two-Face has
powers.
superpowers.
Joker just can't.
Harvey
Joker can't
Two-Face.
activate his powers.
Harvey
It's just a
Dent.
thing that is
What
always.
are
on
his
with him.
powers for clarification?
Yeah, I want to know this because
He has
Joker-
powers, but he like barely uses them.
No, Joker.
Which are
He
what?
doesn't
Jo-
have powers
Jo-
to activate.
Joker has an immunity to all toxins and laughing gases. And he also has.
Oh, I'd love to see that played out on the movie screen. That'd be so exciting.
Like I said, like I keep saying, it's nothing you can activate.
Bro, it's nothing you can show.
So
unless
how are you
unless-
complaining then? There's nothing in the
he-
movie that has
listen,
superpowers.
bro. Unless he uses his laughing gas and he walks through it without wearing a mask, which he has done in the past Batman movies, like the first one with what's his face, with,
You need a
with-
different
what's the
blank
superpower for he's
when
being so
Jack
damn
Nichol-
cunning?
Look. When Jack Nicholson was playing Joker, right, in the like very first Batman movie from like Tim Burton's 1989 Batman, they had him walking through his own laughing gas and having no problem with it without wearing a gas mask, and he was perfectly fine.
So if they had that in the
listen-
Dark Knight,
listen,
you'd
bro.
like it.
Listen, bro. No, there's just other problems as well.
What?
my
Who's
God.
supposed to have powers in that movie? I'm just so lost right now.
Listen, I'm talking about
Bane.
we're talking about the
Bane.
trilogy, bro. We're talking about the trilogy.
We're
Calm
talking about
down.
Dark Knight. Oh my
Wait,
god.
doesn't Bane get his powers from his fucking Venom shit?
I
Yes,
thought
but it's
so.
still powers. He literally gets
Yes.
bigger. but
We're
it's still
talking about the
powers.
Dark Knight as a one
Okay,
movie.
We were
but,
talking.
like-
Okay, listen, bro. At the beginning of this conversation, did I or did I not say
Like 2
Dark Knight
minutes ago,
trilogy?
Christian said, "Why don't you like the Dark Knight?" And that's where
Okay.
this started.
Well, I will. You know what? Usually,
Yeah.
usually when
So-
somebody says the Dark Knight now, they mean the trilogy. But if
It's
you want
the
to,
name
No,
of the movie.
but
So
I-
if you want to say, if you want to say the specific movie, then say this. Then say, do you like the Dark Knight movie? Right? Say that
Bro,
specific.
I
It's
said
the name of
Dark
the
Knight.
movie.
I didn't say trilogy. I
All right,
said the
listen.
Dark Knight.
So does that mean you guys don't like the first movie out of the three?
Batman?
With,
What was it?
Batman- Scarecrow?
Begins.
We're
Batman
saying
Begins?
as a Batman movie altogether, we don't like him because
Yeah.
there's no
Because
superpowers.
The Dark Knight.
How are you
The Dark
supposed to
Knight.
show
Why?
the
But, like,
Joker
his
having superpowers
It's not just the
immunity to
Joker,
toxins
it's
and
Bane.
gas.
Dude,
It is Bane.
What about Dark Knight though? What in Dark Knight's
I'm
supposed to have
talking.
superpowers?
We're talking about the second movie, not the trilogy. You have that on the trilogy.
Who's
but
supposed
we're
to have
talking
powers in the Dark Knight?
second movie.
Bane, I'll give it to you. That's totally fine.
In the Batman universe, no one in that entire universe has powers.
But who's supposed to have it in the Dark Knight?
Who was
What
the
are you
main
talking
villain in Batman?
No one cares.
Begins?
No one's talking about Dark Knight, Devin. You
What?
gotta-
But that's what we were talking about.
That's what
That
we're
was the
talking
whole
about.
shit. It
about? You
means
guys keep expanding it for some reason.
Garrett might have initiated the trilogy, but Christian asked a question about the second movie.
I
Anything
said-
else is irrelevant right now except for the second movie.
But we keep
and
telling
why
you
you
guys
don't
what-
like it.
All right. Also, okay. Joker's skin is supposed to be completely dyed.
Oh my
Dyed
god.
white.
That's
it wasn't.
that's
he was
your
wearing
gripe.
makeup. Why
That's
was
your
he wearing
gripe?
makeup, bro? He's not supposed to be wearing no makeup.
That's
Come
your
on.
gripe.
It's the
That
fucking.
is
That was
true.
a big thing, right?
He looks
was
lame
wearing-
as fuck when he's got all
he
white
was
on.
he was wearing makeup and his hair
Looking
was
like
real-
Ronald McDonald.
and he had like blonde hair, bro. No,
You
That's
that's
mean
made
not.
him
to
look
tell
cool.
me with Jack Nicholson, even if they said it was else's skin, you need to tell me that didn't look like fucking makeup.
No, the hunt.
But
Seth, that's
every,
different.
but
Hold on,
every-
Jared, Jared,
Hold
Jared,
on,
Jared,
hold on,
Jared,
hold
but
on.
Jared, I got
everything
that.
on Jack Nicholson and
Why are you
according to the
yelling?
character in because you guys are understand because
Sure,
because Jack
sure.
Nicholson's character in the movie, right? It was his skin. Everything was covered. However, in the Dark Knight, it was like lightly
Because it
plastered
was
on.
You're
Oh,
you're picking out
the
the smallest
producer
things
had.
to.
Hold on,
It
to
was
hold on, hold on,
shit.
Seth, Seth, hold on, let me say
Not
this, let me
the
say this.
smallest
You
thing,
guys,
that's a big
Jared,
thing.
Jared, let me
What?
say this, let me say this. In the Jack
Bro.
Nicholson movie, what year was that made?
Ages ago.
1989.
So the technology of them making that shit look CGI'd enough to make it look like real skin, of course they're gonna use paint. Of course you're gonna know it's paint. But in the narrative of the fucking perception of the movie, in the fitting the story, you're gonna believe that it's a skin. You're not gonna be like, oh, that's just paint.
I don't know.
What do you mean? You don't, Seth? Come on.
That's sad.
That's a pussy shit.
Who cares how it looks? It's amazing how it ended up being. Like, who cares if
Yeah,
it wasn't
honestly.
painted on or all white?
That's like me saying I didn't like Spider-Man: Homecoming because Tom Holland never wore glasses in the film.
No, that's not the same. Glasses and fucking
No, it's the
know.
same.
Joker's skin
It's
is
the
white because-
same.
No, it's not. Joker's skin is white because he was fucking dipped in a vat of acid.
In the comics, yep. A different thing.
Okay, listen, bro.
It's whoever made the movie. That's just their own trilogy with this property, with that certain series of Batman.
I'm just trying to figure out because Jared was saying, "Oh, there's no superpowers in the Dark Knight." When okay, yes, technically
Bro.
Joker has a immunity to toxins and gases, shit like that. But like, I just. Who cares? I just don't like. That's not even like.
Listen, bro. Look. We're just explaining why it's not a good Batman movie. We're not saying
you're
they're not
wrong.
good movies.
Because the
wrong.
Joker wasn't painted all the way white.
Bro,
Very
bro,
nitty-gritty
bro,
details
bro.
like
Yeah,
that.
They're
nitpicking.
good.
You're like a
Listen,
math teacher, man. You nitpicking.
Listen, bro. They are good movies. They are
No,
not.
we're
good
talking about the
Batman
Dark
movies.
Knight. Stop.
Yes. Okay. Listen. The Dark
And
Knight.
you go all
The Dark
three, you
Knight
dumb
is a
fuck.
good movie. The Dark Knight is a good movie. Perhaps
Great
even a
movie.
great movie, but it's not a Batman movie, bro.
How?
It's not a
How is it
great
not
Batman
Batman?
movie.
Christian Bale plays a fantastic Batman.
Oh, really? He do? All right, bro. Go look up pictures of him. How come his mouth is always open when he's playing Batman, bro? He look like he don't got no teeth. Come on. That's
He's not
another
wearing
thing.
hockey pads.
I didn't like. No, bro. No, I couldn't say. Yeah, Christian Bale was actually like ass.
Yeah, you don't like the Batman voice.
I didn't like Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne. I thought he was okay with Batman, but Bruce Wayne, Christian Bale, I didn't like it. He has like that smirky ass, cocky look
Okay.
to him that's just natural to his own fucking personal life, like how he was in that.
I
But
acknowledge your.
I thought Batman was
Yeah.
okay. I thought like maybe he, they were trying to do that for at the time to like mask his voice and shit.
Next thing Jared's gonna be like, "Oh
the
yeah."
fucking, the Batman vs Superman. He had that they had Ben Affleck kind of do the same thing too.
It's just tough to do that voice in general. Like,
He didn't do the same thing. He had a fucking robot voice.
Yeah, he had a
Oh.
voice
They-
alternator thing. Yeah.
They didn't really sound any different. I'm not gonna lie.
What you mean? All right.
It
listen.
really sounds like a robot voice.
What do you mean they didn't?
I mean,
sound
like,
that
of course, it
different?
sounds like
I
a
mean,
robot voice, but in terms of from Ben Affleck, it didn't
They
really.
sound entirely different. I don't know what you're on.
Who here
about.
actually
Okay.
likes Batman v Superman?
Bro.
Show of
I
hands.
like it.
Show
that
of
movie
hands.
was not good.
I
Okay,
like
so
it.
Seth doesn't
I
like
like
it. Ethan likes it. Seven.
Eh.
All right. I'll say that as a no. Jared? No? Yes.
What? I
Batman v
liked the-
Superman.
Yes, it was good. However, here, listen. All right, I gotta clarify this. All right, the theatrical release was garbage.
Oh my god.
That is. Listen.
Here we go.
So,
Here we
long-ass
go.
version
So the movie was garbage. Yeah.
after it was released and made the movie good.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's like saying Destiny 2 is good.
It
because
is.
after it released,
Listen.
you good things.
It's like
Listen.
an-
Listen, it is stupid, but it's not the director's problem. That is Warner Brothers Studios.
It doesn't
problem
matter whose problem it is. It happened.
Yes, listen. I'm just telling you, right? All right. So listen, right? The extended DVD edition is good. The theatrical release and the regular edition of the movie is ass, specifically because the important information that was cut from the movie should not have been cut from the movie. But because Warner Brothers has a fucking problem with making their movies specific amounts of lengths of time. For
You
some
know, I actually
stupid-ass
will say
reason,
that because like
which is retarded. Which
I will
is
agree
not
with
the
that,
director's fault. That's not like that's
because
not
with Lord of the Rings and the Return of the King, Saruman's complete death was like cut out. It was only added in the extended version. They didn't even show it in the theatrical version. He just
and then in the theatrical versions of the movies, like Lord of the Rings is right. They'll reference things that they did record and we're all set to go, but they just couldn't
they
show
just-
it. They just
yeah, they
didn't
didn't
put
put
it
it.
in the final cut.
Every
of the
movie
when
gets
it
scenes
is
cut out.
No, but not a whole another hour of scenes cut out. They'll get like 10 minutes of scenes cut out. Which
So
are
you
just,
would
which are just
expect a
unnecessary scenes.
3.5-hour movie?
Yes.
Yes,
What
that
the
would have been
fuck-
fine.
That's not a thing. That's not a
Yes,
thing in
it
theaters.
is.
What do you mean
No,
that's not
it's
a
Yes,
thing?
it is.
How long is
What's the last
Gladiator?
3.5
Bro? How
hour
long
movie
is Lord
on
of how long was Lord of the Rings 1 was like about 3 hours 15 minutes in the theaters. Gladiator when it was in the theaters was about 3.5 hours.
how
in
long
the
was
theaters.
Avengers Infinity
fucking-
War?
Like, yeah, there's and then
Hunger 3.
there's but a lot of 3-hour movies are a thing. That's most definitely a thing.
It's
if
definitely the
they-
minority.
Yeah, it is a minority, but when
It's
it does,
still a thing.
when it does happen, usually most of the scenes aren't cut. However,
Oh, Avatar.
Cut.
James Cameron Avatar, I
Yeah,
think.
if look. Okay, so most movies will be about like an hour and a half to 2 hours long, right? And then when you get the disc, the deleted scenes aren't included in the actual cut because it's not an extended edition. It's just a deleted scenes. The deleted scenes total will add about 10 more minutes of film time to the movie. But these DC movies and like the Lord of the Rings movies and shit, because specifically that's Warner Brothers, right? Warner Brothers has a thing with this. They're just weird. They will cut out like an hour, even 2 hours of scenes that were supposed to be in the final cut of the movie.
I will
And
give
then they
Jared
add 'em
that.
onto the
yeah.
DVD.
I mean, it's just an excuse. I don't know.
That's what happened.
Deb.
You can't expect the regular fan to go and get the extended version of the movie to find out that it's good. It has to be the real.
I mean, that's whatever.
I'm not saying I'm not expecting them to do that.
If you want to,
I'm just telling them like if they want to watch a good movie, if they actually if they want the movie to be good, they will if they're big fans of the characters, they will go out of their way to get the extended edition. If you're just if you just watch the movie just to watch it to say you fucking watched it and it came out, yeah, that's fine. But if you're not like a big time fan, like if you're not like a comic book nerd or like a fantasy nerd, like for Lord of the Rings, it doesn't it doesn't phase you. You're gonna go fucking buy the extended edition because you know that
You
the movie
have to
theaters
for those.
because you know that the movie theater
That's
has-
so Destiny.
they
That's so
place shit.
Destiny.
He said that's so destined.
Buying it and then having to buy more shit afterwards to make it good.
Facts.
That is but the whole thing with
Wait,
Destiny
you
is
mean-
it never
okay.
gets better. Like they fix one thing and then they fuck up something else.
Yeah,
And then they apologize for it and then rinse
video
and
games are
repeat.
video games different, right? Okay, so look, I'm gonna spend $60 to buy Destiny, right? And then you spend another $40 on improving it. So that's $100, right? A movie. Oh, look, I'm gonna go to the theater. Spend $7. Oh, that's
$7.
$7. What movie theater are you going to?
$7.
Right.
That's a
Average
normal
movie
ticket.
price for an adult is like $12 to $13.
If you go to
No, it's not.
It's
If
$7.
you go to AMC or fucking Regal Cinemas or some shit, they're gonna probably charge you $11 to $12
You
for
give
a
that
seat.
senior
Seth,
discount,
our
boys.
tickets are like $6 or $7.
That's because we're
Fuck
fucking
off.
students, you dumbass.
No, it's not.
$7 for a ticket.
Half the time
Where
I
are you
don't pay
going?
the student discount.
No, it's because we're the fucking the shit is fucking.
They ask you if you're a student or not. They ask you if you're a student or not, Seth.
Student theaters tend to be cheaper.
That is not a
regardless
student
of
theater.
it
Okay,
is a student
actually, yeah,
theater.
because Kent
It's
State
an
had a.
independent. It's an independent movie theater.
fucking
The
movie
average-
theaters that
the
tend to be around theater.
Before we argue, let's just look up the actual average.
Yeah, I just
an
looked
The
up-
average is
Movie
like
ticket-
$12.
Hey, look. No, it's not. It's
Yes, it
actually way lower than
is.
that. No, movie ticket price on Google. The average movie ticket price rises close to 4% in quarter one of 2018. The National Association of Theater Owners reports the
We're
average
looking
movie
for an
ticket price
actual number.
during the first 4 months of this year is 4% at $9.16 versus the same quarter a year ago in 2017 is $8.84. And so
That's the matinee, bro.
So the average price of the movie ticket in 2017 was $8.84.
Rubbish.
The average price of the movie ticket now is $9.16. Oh yeah.
No, no.
What do you mean?
Not where I live.
Pile of shit.
Type in movie ticket
Rubbish.
price on Google and read that shit to
All right,
me.
it doesn't matter.
I
It
can
doesn't
look
matter.
up
So it's
facts, and I
$9.
can also
can't
look
believe
at my
everything you
fucking
read on the
wallet for what I
internet.
would pay for
So let's
movie
say it's
tickets.
$9 or $10. Keep going.
It's $9.
$12.
It's not 9 or 10. This is closer.
It all depends on where you live, but keep going.
$12.
All right. Okay, well, it's $9. All right, but
$12.
anyways, all right. Here, look. All right, even if it's $12, right? Okay, so let's say, oh look, well, yeah, I'm gonna watch the movie once for $12, right? And then you go home, buy the extended edition of DVDs. Not Lord of the Rings extended editions are extremely expensive, but that is because they're like they come in fancy boxes.
It's $60 for the whole thing. That's I think that's
Wait, for all three for the whole trilogy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's actually real good. Okay,
Just go to Best Buy, you know.
Look. All right, so okay, so let's say.
I gotta
let's
buy
say-
myself a new box.
Okay, look. So let's say. Okay, so when Lord of the Rings did come out, let's say the movie ticket price was like $7 or like $6 even then, because that was forever ago. So
2001.
then, so let's say you spent $18. You spent $18 looking at or watching 3 Lord of the Rings movies in the theaters, like one time each,
Sure.
right? So that's $6 each time. You know, multiply by 3, it's $18, right? Okay, so it's $18 spent, right? And then you go home. And let's say you're a diehard fan, so then you buy the extended edition trilogy for $60, right? Oh wow, look at that. Well, now you've only spent $76 on the thing, which is compared to
It
Destiny.
doesn't matter about the price. We're saying the principle. It's the
I
same
know
principle.
no. Compared to Destiny, where you spend $60 and you spend another $40, that's spending
All right,
$100.
It's a different price,
that's-
but it's the same
it's-
principle.
Okay, but the price is part of the principle. That's what influences the principle.
All right.
So you got $100. You got $100 spent on Destiny with minimal payout. You have $76 spent on Lord of the Rings with maximum payout. Which is better?
Where the fuck did Lord of the Rings come from?
What do you mean?
He was
That's what
talking.
we were describing the whole
He
time.
was no. He was. Jared was trying to say between because we were talking about Batman v Superman, which
Like
we
Batman
should.
v yeah.
And he was talking about Warner
was-
Brothers overall because
Yeah.
you know how Batman v Superman they had the extended edition. They did the same thing with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
with
Lord of the Rings is also Warner Brothers. So
Yeah, so they, well, I mean, the extended edition for Lord of the Rings adds like a ton more content that actually makes sense. but
doesn't it add like 5 more hours per movie or something? It's something crazy.
5 more hours per movie.
No, not 5 more hours.
I think
what
it's
is it?
like 3 or 4 hours overall.
Like
I
yeah,
can't
3
remember.
4 hours overall.
Yeah,
so it's
Return of
like
the
about-
King was like extended
so that's-
edition. It's like
yeah,
4
it's
hours
about, like-
long.
So it's adding about an hour. It's adding about an hour and 20 minutes to each movie.
Right.
So
Okay. So back to
so
the Batman v Superman thing. I thought it was okay because I didn't really get to put in my input really quick because I know some people
Alright.
didn't like it. It was all right. That Superman movie in itself, I really don't like Superman, and that's just me.
listen, I don't like Superman either, but Man of Steel was a good Superman movie.
I will agree with you on that. I enjoyed it. I don't know
it-
why.
I think Man of Steel was perhaps the best Superman movie that has come out so far. Even though, like,
That's not tough
I don't-
competition.
I don't really.
I mean, it doesn't
don't
really. I mean,
I-
there's other Superman
I-
movies, but they honestly.
Yeah,
weren't
like I don't
good.
really. I don't really fuck with Superman as a character because a lot of times he's portrayed as being too powerful. But
He is.
the Man of Steel movie. See, yeah, he's very powerful. But the thing is, in order to make him not seem that way, you got to pin him up against really powerful characters.
So
And
Goku.
so that's what? No, okay,
Yes.
he would destroy
No, no,
Goku.
no. Goku would be
Maybe,
Superman.
maybe not now, but before.
What are we devolving to?
Okay.
This is-
Back on track. Superman, Man of Steel. Yeah. It was a good movie overall. I did like it. I don't know much about. I don't know. I haven't really. I just haven't watched that many DC movies in a while.
Okay,
They've been slacking. They need a reboot. They need a reboot.
they don't need a reboot.
Yes,
Stop
they
it.
do.
Don't need a reboot.
No, stop it.
that shit.
They're just getting started.
If you
When Mar-
watch the
It's been
DC
too long.
TV shows and you said that shit, then I could agree. But you
Who's
don't.
talking about TV shows here?
he just said rebooting. He just said DC, reboot.
Movies.
Correct. All right, but he didn't.
Movies.
Fine.
Reboot.
DC movies need a reboot, even though they're just getting started.
Just
Like, I
getting
don't-
started.
They're just
Marvel's
getting
been doing
started.
this since like what, 2008?
When Marvel was first
10
getting
years ago.
started. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's just when
Just
Marvel was
getting
first
started.
was first getting started, not including Iron Man 1, right? Oh, here, look. It's similar, right? So when DC and Marvel were both starting, right? They each had so Marvel Studios and then now like the DC movie studios, right? They started off excellent, right? So Marvel, we've Iron Man 1, great, right? Great movie, good movie, extremely well-made Iron Man movie. Then you have DC, right? Man of Steel, great movie, good movie, extremely well-made movie, right? And then you have the ones after that, right? So then you have what? You had like Captain America from Marvel, the first one. No, it was weird. It was clunky. It was a clunky movie.
It was yeah. It was so.
It wasn't that great, right? And so then you have Batman v Superman, right? Yeah, not that great on a theatrical release. And then yes, that's just what's happening. You
No,
know,
dude,
that's-
because like
that's how these
DC,
companies start. These companies
Marvel
start
had a
off good.
plan because there was rumors going around that before the first Iron Man that Marvel wanted to make an integrated cinematic universe, you know, with all their movies, and like they had a plan in mind and they had it set in motion. And honestly, DC doesn't have that much of who keeps
Bro, no,
typing.
they do got a plan. Listen, I'm just saying you just gotta wait a little bit for it to get better.
Nah,
Just
bro,
like
it's
how we
been
had to
10
wait a
years. I've been
little-
waiting way too long.
It's like
Mm-mm.
it's been 10 years in Marvel, bro. But no, I'm just saying
A little
for
bit
DC
more. When did
for
Dark Knight
DC
come out? Someone look
for
it up.
D- No, that's not part of this current iteration. That was the last one. I'm talking about when this started with Man of Steel. So this iteration of films, you know, you just gotta wait a little bit. Like with Marvel, you had to wait a little bit for everything to
Nah,
get
bro.
kicking. Thor 1 was terrible, correct?
It was. I
It
remember
was.
that.
It was. It was.
Thor 1 was terrible. Okay, Captain America was okay, right? So look,
Yeah.
Marvel. So I mean, DC is doing the same type of thing, right? They're getting off to a rocky start, but they're gonna figure it out.
Rocky
Okay,
start,
all you gotta
bro.
do
It's
is
been
wait.
10
They're just starting later, bro. You can't compare them right now. 'cause
They be
they're not-
pumping. They pumped out a random ass Justice League movie that I
Yeah.
never really like. I didn't even see a lot of promotion for.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, bro. Well, yeah.
I'm
Okay,
just,
in
I'm
terms of
just saying,
marketing-
man.
in
Like
terms of- in
they
terms of
need
marketing,
a plan instead
that
of
marketing was bad. They
pumping
did-
out
they did-
these movies like babies.
Yeah, the Justice League marketing was kind of off because like
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
even
it was
discover.
I didn't even
it
know.
till, like,
Yeah, I didn't even know that movie was coming out. I was like, what? And they're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
it's-
didn't that also too like didn't Civil War come out right after that shit too? So like we all went to go see that shit. And it was just like,
Yeah.
whoa, Civil War.
So,
Yeah,
So
but-
I
so-
remember
so I'm just saying,
the meme. That was pretty funny.
you guys can't be shitting on DC yet. You know, we just gotta wait a little bit. 'cause
I can
Marvel-
easily-
I can
Justice
easily
League-
shit on DC.
Justice League was bad enough that we can shit on
Bro.
DC.
All right, listen.
Wonder Woman. It was a good movie. I liked it.
I
they
really like Wonder Woman. That
yeah,
like I
it was a great movie.
Like I said, Zack Snyder's fucking kid literally
Okay, it doesn't.
that
It's still a
affects
bad
the
movie.
entire movie.
Okay,
though.
okay.
Okay.
Besides that, it's just overall they it doesn't seem like they have a plan. They just pump out these movies. Like DC, they have good superheroes, but like even like Marvel built off of success. They didn't even have the rights to Spider-Man or Fantastic Four, X-Men, or Deadpool because they had to sell that so they wouldn't go bankrupt.
Yeah, in the beginning, and then they had to buy him back. But you know, is
I mean, which is fine, but it's just like with DC, it's like,
I'm just
oh,
telling you, bro. DC is just starting. Has a rocky start, like Marvel had a rocky start. Okay, just leave it. Just observe it. All right. If it gets shittier, then we talked about it.
I can't say it's going to get shittier, but I can't say it's going to get much better.
It can either get shittier or it can either get better.
You saw that Shazam post, that Shazam thing.
Okay, listen. I don't.
And
Shazam,
Aquaman.
Shazam is a shitty character in general. I'm just being honest. But yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like
he looked like he was wearing like muscle pads in that suit.
He most definitely is.
Yeah. That was terrible. Whereas like Henry Cavill, I don't think was wearing any muscle padded anything.
Even
His
that
suit, Henry Cavill's suit is designed to show off more muscles than he actually has, though.
And more mustache.
I guess. I don't know. I just they need to literally just dump everything because they're like, oh, we're gonna do a Joker origin movie. It's like, how is all this stuff even tying in together if they want to make?
They're also doing 2 Joker movies, which is just dumb as fuck.
I just don't get it. It's just there's too much going on at once. Like I understand that, you know, yes, DC is struggling, but it's just like you have to, like, okay, take Microsoft for example, for like the whole console debacle thing. Like, yeah, they had like a really rocky start, but like you're seeing how they're trying to prepare for the future. I just don't see that from DC. It's just random movies after another. It's like, oh, this is Suicide Squad. Oh, we're gonna do the Aquaman movie because after Justice League, and then like Wonder Woman, which was good. It's just too much all over the place, and no one really knows what their main goal is and what they're actually trying to set out. It's just this is too much.
In my opinion, I feel like that's just a you don't know thing, and that other fans know.
I mean, I don't know.
They're doing the fucking New Gods, and that's like the most powerful fucking shit on DC.
I mean, which is fine, but it's just like it doesn't seem like they have a course of action. Like, here's what we want to do, and here's what we're going to do to get to point A, B, and C.
There's a plan, and I just told you the plan.
Yeah. The thing is, in order to recognize the plans in these movies that are based off of some other media, you got to be familiar with the other media first to know the direction that it's going.
I mean, obviously, Marvel came out and said what they wanted to do, and they did it.
They didn't do that right away. The fans pointed it out first, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we actually are doing that." Like
they spell it out what they're doing on DC. Like, we all know what's coming.
Teen Titans,
which is the New Gods with Darkseid and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
been planning Darkseid since Batman versus Superman. With Lex Luthor when he's on a Kryptonian ship.
Alexa Luthor.
Yeah, and he's talking to that thing on the ship that you see for like 5 seconds, and if you're a fan, you would be able to recognize it. What it is, it's Darkseid's lieutenant. But yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. All right.
Sure. But Christian, you hear we literally just told you the plan.
Yeah, I just told you.
It doesn't sound like a very good plan, but then again,
really, are you familiar with who Darkseid is?
A little bit. I can't say that I'm
okay. A little.
Familiar.
Okay. Well.
That's why you guys.
Yeah. That's why. You need to go look it up before you like start talking. You need to be informed, educated. Before you
Devin, are you getting any of this?
I'm just trying to rap.
All right. So. Was there anything else anyone else would like to talk about? Read
the fucking comics if y'all make opinions on shit.
No, that's not how this works. They don't make the movies just for comic book people. It has to be for a wide audience.
That is very true.
But you can't judge shit without fucking knowing what the fuck you're talking about.
That's what any movie does, though.
I'm judging the movies that are coming out. I don't want to have to know exactly what the comics are doing. I'm judging what they're putting out. And it's the bad movies.
Casuals.
Just like Bright. Bad movie.
No one cares about that. No, we're not mad.
I'm so mad at him. How? Jared, he thinks the Hobbit movies are good.
Okay. Well, listen, they're good and bad.
No,
they're good.
No.
and
The only
bad.
good thing
Yeah.
about the Hobbit movies is Martin Freeman.
Now, Christian, I'm curious. Why do you think they're bad?
Okay.
Is it because
Whoa,
you've
whoa,
read The Hobbit?
Yeah, okay. No.
Yeah,
All right.
it is.
Hold,
isn't
no,
it?
hold on, because
No,
no,
it's
because I saw the
it
movie.
doesn't
Listen.
It's because it doesn't value the
Zip
source
it.
material, does it?
Zip it. Because I watched the movies first before I read the book.
Shit. God
I'm just saying. Okay, no. Listen. Imagine if they took Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and turned a 300-page book into a freaking trilogy. You don't do that. It was originally supposed to be 2 movies.
Dude, you know what? I feel the same way. Like, what if they turned a 900 comic book issue into 3 movies?
Oh my god.
Are we still recording?
Yes, we are.
We're still recording? All right, so I really did enjoy this podcast, but I gotta go, so we should.
All right,
wrap
yeah,
this up.
we're gonna wrap up the podcast, and we're gonna continue this conversation, Jared.
Yeah, we're gonna
But
continue this.
thank you all for tuning in today.
Anybody have any final remarks? I don't give a shit. End the
All right.
conversation.
Marvel rules and DC rules.